A very good afternoon to everyone present here. And again, welcome to the day 3 session of this IFDB program. And we will be starting exactly at 3:05. So we are going to wait for 5 more minutes for the other participants. Very good afternoon to everyone once again. I'm sharing two files in the chat window. Kindly download it for your reference. We are gonna build a dashboard today. We will be trying to make a dashboard at a moderate level so that all of you can even try with me. Take an example, you are able to do few things with me and few things you are not able to do. That's fine. The dashboard which I will be completing today by end of the session, I will be sharing that too. But it's good to start practicing together so that we can get some idea. I have shared one Word doc, where you have a case study and then the another Excel file. Download it and keep it with yourself. I'm going to share my screen and then we'll start together. All right, you must have downloaded by now. So let's go and start. So here we are having a case study. I'm going to give a quick walkthrough and then we will be starting building our dashboard without spending any other time on any other part. So here we have understood so far what exactly is data analytics and business analytics and why the business intelligence tools are important. We have various tools in the market. Among of that, as I said, Power BI and Tableau will be always on demand. And as of now, it is on because these are the tools which are meeting the customer expectations. And this has been confirmed by the Gartner company officially in 2021. So, among of those two business intelligence tool, we are going to start building a dashboard in one of the tool called Power BI, which we have installed it officially in our system in our yesterday session. So here we have a small case study where we are going to make a dashboard on the bank customer and the customer data which we have around 4,000 of data, and that data we have from the UK bank. So a dashboard which will be there where there we have to make certain visualization which should be meeting our these 12 requirements. So let's go and start understanding about it. So this Word document has been provided to you. In case if you have missed it and you have joined now, I will be again sending it to all of you guys, and I'll request ExcelR to send this to you as well via LMS portal. We will be making a Power BI case study where we should have one dashboard, interactive dashboard, which should be making sense to the end user. When we are making a dashboard, we know the definition of it, but still I have added it here. The time you are preparing it, you can always read and get an idea about it. A dashboard is not only about the collection of visuals, it really give you the key metrics and it really help an end user to understand where we are and where we can go by seeing the forecasting result, by seeing the visibility of the performance of the organizations, and many other stuff we can see. So as we are working on the UK bank customer dashboard, we are going to focus on certain things, especially on the customer and the balance and every metric which will be correlated to it. Like we'll try to show the balance by age gender for the customer, count of age group gender ratio, number of customer joined by date, customer by reason, balance by reason, total balance by job classification, balance by gender, maximum balance at what age we have, and minimum balance at what age the customer has. Count of male customer. Okay, let me just quickly replace this K with the L. Count of male customer and count of female customer, and certain useful slicer we will be adding. I have added some suggestions in case if you want to understand how interactive and how insightful your dashboard should be, you can read here. All right. The final dashboard should look like this. Well, always remember you can make a dashboard based on the company requirement. You can always go ahead and give your own design. But though you guys are in the session, I have chosen a certain design which we are going to follow. So we will be following this one. Now let's go and start here. I have opened a Power BI I have opened a Power BI desktop here, and you can see the welcome page. This means it's a completely new PBIX file. The way we call Excel as a spreadsheet, in a similar fashion, you can call your Power BI as a PBIX. This is also nothing but it is the extension of Power BI, and we have only two different types of extension for Power BI. But for the dashboard related stuff, we have only one extension, PBIX, which is open now in my system. I'll close this one, and I urge everyone, please go and open it. And whoever wants to practice, make sure you do practice along with me. I won't be taking any break, and in a slow note, I'm gonna make a dashboard so that I'll try to make it in next 1 hour 45 minutes, and whatever will be built, that will be shared with you. Along with that, the data and the case study will be also shared with you. All right, you must have opened it by now. Let's start. This is a Power BI desktop where we will be making a report, importing the data, making a visualization by doing the analysis, and then converting it to the dashboard. Let's start with it. I have to get the data, and my data is in a folder. So I want you to understand where my data is. My data is in training material, faculty development program, bank customer UK dashboard, Power BI case study folder. So this is a path of my file where my file is P6 UK bank customer file I have. I want to first open this and show it to you what all we have here. So I will go to the Excel file and I'll show you. Here we have got around 4,014 rows. Including header, we have 4,015 rows. Whenever we have a data in Excel or any of the data sources, we need to make sure we clean it. But having a data in Excel is only gonna give you one advantage. You can clean it here itself. So I'm going to check here the missing value if we have. Okay, there is a no missing value into the customer ID column, in the name column also, in the surname, in the gender, in the age column, reason column, job classification, date joined, and balance. So we don't have any missing value in any of the columns, guys. Now, if we want, we can definitely go ahead and give a quick, formatting to this data. But I want to make it very clear when you are going to import it in Power BI, it is not needed here because ultimately we will be cleaning and organizing the data in Power BI. So the data cleaning or data formatting is not required here into the Excel. But however, I am making a small changes, a small little bit of formatting. Instead of P6 UK bank customers, I'm going to rename it with UK bank customers table. And my data is cleaned here. I will close this file. Do remember, point to be noted, whenever you are importing any of the Excel CSV file in Power BI, the file should be closed. Go to the Excel workbook and find out where you have kept your file. So I have kept my file here. If you remember the time I was showing you this folder earlier, we had two different files. One was into the Word document and one is in the Excel extension. But the other one is not visible. The reason behind it, we have came via Excel extension. Take an example, if you will be clicking here to this drop down and selecting all files, you can also see the other extension of files if you have in CSV or in PDF or in Word. So super easy, but the requirement for us to get the P6 UK bank customer data. I'm getting it here. I'll wait for a few seconds and I'll let it load. So now it is loading to the navigator page. It has been loaded to the navigator page, you can see. And here we have a UK bank customer table. Why do we see only one sheet here? Just because we have only one tab in our Excel spreadsheet. The number of tabs you will have, those all will be visible. In case if you have a question, what if we have the tabs, but those are hidden, the hidden tabs will not be visible. All right, so I have checked in my data preview. This is what the data which I'm looking for. So now what I need to select? Load, transform or cancel. Of course, cancel we don't want to select. Load means if your data is cleaned and you want to get it to the Power BI desktop. Transform means if your data is not cleaned but you want to clean it into the Power Query Editor, which is the another version of this Power BI desktop, where we can always go from the transform tab from the group of queries. So I'll click into the transform. The time I have clicked, I have got another page, and the name of the page is Power Query Editor, where we have a different set of ribbons, the way we had into the Power BI desktop. And this is the extended part of Power BI desktop. So transform, add columns, view, tools, and help. Well, it's very difficult to use each one of the user interfaces from this particular Power Query Editor in 2 hours. But I want you to still understand by utilizing some of the features so that you can get handy and understand how does a dashboards can be created. So I will go to the data and I will just take a small tour of the data. Customer ID, it seems fine to me. The data type is a whole number. When I say a data type, you have to keep your focus on this area. I'm annotating it sometime with the arrow, sometime with the rectangle, sometime with the circle. So make sure you keep your eyes on that place and you try to understand. So customer ID shows me it is a whole number data type, and that is absolutely correct. Then we have a name and surname. Yes, this is right, but I want to get only one column where I should have a combined name. If we would have been using the Excel here, then we could have used a concatenate function to combine or join the different pieces of information from the different cells to one. But here we are using Power BI, so we are gonna transform it. That's why we are into the transform tab. So let's go to the transform tab and choose these two columns. There are two ways you can choose these two columns. First, select one and then hit the control and select other and then release the control. If you find it very difficult, We can go to the home tab and there is an option called choose column. But the time you do choose column, most of the people get confused with it because you are unchecking everything and just getting the name and surname and do OK. And then you can select these two and go to the transform, and here you can click into the merge columns. When you are merging the columns and you are getting another window, from there you have to get the separator. I want to separate it with the space because that is the standard format of combining two columns when you have a first and last name. So I'll write here a customer name and do OK. Did I get one column here, guys? Yes, we have got it. So now I'll go to the choose column and I'll see I have only one column. How do I go and do my work? Whatever steps I'm doing here, everyone try to have a look to your applied steps, and you can see steps are getting added here, the merged columns, then removed other columns like that. So here I want to get my other columns back, and I have got it by removing it with the cross symbol. Here I have all the columns now available along with the customer name where I have two combined columns. Then I'll scroll to the right side and have a look to the gender. It is fine. Age, it is fine. Reason, reason is also good. Job classification, date join, everything is fine, and balance too. I got another requirement where I want to set a threshold for the age group. So we can go and set a threshold for the age group. So what I'm going to do, I will be selecting the age column and I will go to the add column this time. So we have many different tabs here, the home tab, the transform tab, the add column tab. As of now, we have a requirement of add column. I have already selected the age column. I will go to the column from examples, from all columns, and from selection. Definitely all the columns does not require to be changed, only from selection. So I'll select the from selection option, and always remember this one will not at all change your age column. Yes, it will not change. Then what it will do? It will be just creating a threshold for you. So my threshold is if the data is 21 to 30, 20 to 30, then I want to give the age group 20 to 30. The time I'll select the second cell, it will be automatically adding some data based on the Power BI intelligence. If it is matching your requirement, fine, because it sees there is a difference of 9 in between two values. That's why it is showing you the same data. But no, this is not matching my requirement. So I'll add some more sample here. 31 to 40. Now I'll select a third cell and this time it is matching my requirement. So basically it is understanding your pattern and adding a result for you. If you think there is anything which you have to add separately, then go and do that. Like take an example here. I have many different types of age of the customer. So different age group of the people should fall under the different age group. Like take an example for 19, it has added 21 to 30 because we have not at all added the value before 21. So here you can do 11 to 20. And also you can do 15 to 20 because minimum age group here we have 15. And if you want to avoid the below age group of the people, so generally we get the customer here in this way. But now this is what is not here. So what I am going to do here, I'm going to change it to 11 to 20 so that I will have the data ready. Now let's go and try adding certain samples like 41 to 50. And accordingly we can get the result. But the time I have done that, the problem is that the time I change the pattern, it is showing me some null values. It is showing me some null values. So what can I do here? I will quickly go and cancel it. Okay. I will cancel it. And then I will go back to the add columns from selection, but I have selected the customer ID this time. So I'll go to the age from selection. I'll keep the age highlighted here, 21 to 30, 31 to 40. I'll add certain pattern here, 41 to 50. And you don't have to do all the time. You have got the result. You can go and do OK. You can simply do OK and you can see how it will be filling up the data for you. Can you see that? Now, if you want to make the changes, here you have a different age group of the people. So if you want to go and make the changes, like you have a 17, 18 and 19, as I said, majority of the time it has been seen we have a bank customer in UK greater than age of 15 or equal to 15. So we will be trying to keep the threshold for that. How do I do that? What I'm going to do here, I'm going to here replace that. How do I replace it? I can go and replace it by selecting these three values. There are many data and 11 to 20 you have got here. I'm just going to copy this value 11 to 20 and I will be unfiltering my age group. Okay. I will unfilter my age group. You can also select clear the filter and do OK. Then I'll select a range. I'll go back to the Home tab and here you have got a remove rows, keep rows, remove columns, choose columns, replace values. Among of these replace values is making sense to me. So I'll select a replace values 11 to 20 should be replaced with the 15 to 20 and do OK. It shows it has been changed. How do I test it? I'll go back to the age column. I'll select these three and I'll go here and I'll check yes, it has been replaced. I'll unfilter the age group and I can see my data is ready, but for some reason, the age group column has not been named properly. So I'll do a right click after selecting that column and I'll do rename and I'll write here age group. I hope all of you are following me. So kindly go ahead and try it by yourself, few pieces of it. I will be providing everything in the last, but it's good to practice certain parts along with me. Now here I have the data which is transformed and it is getting loaded and we have 4014 data here. You can see in the data pane, we have got the data here. UK bank customer table. If you want to rename the table, it's absolutely possible. You can go and rename it. Like take an example, it's a big name. Of course, I want to keep the same name, but in a little different way. Bank customer UK. All right, now this is what loaded in my Power BI desktop. You can see I have a age group, balance, customer ID, customer name, date join, gender, job classification, reason. I'll go to the data view and I can see the datas are here and which is absolutely clean with the right data type. We are ready to start our work. I'll go here and I'll start working on it. When you are new to the Power BI and you want to work with it, what you need to do, always remember. So take an example here. This is you who is doing it and you want to know how to start with it. So read the question and then go and start working on it. So balance by age and gender. So how do we do that? Now here we have many things, right? We can see we have got here many different types of visualizations into the visualization pane. I'm talking about this area where you have a visualization pane, you have a different types of visualizations. So accordingly, we need to decide what types of visualization we can take in which place. So balance by age. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to take here a line graph. Yes, I am taking a line graph, and here I want to do the comparison of gender. When we do the comparison of gender, we have two genders here. We have noticed in our data type, we have a male and female. So we'll go here and we will be taking the gender here. In which place? We will be taking the gender into the legend. I'll explain it why. Post that, we need to get a balance as well. We need to get a balance too. So balance I'm going to take here to the y-axis. I'll take the balance to the y-axis. It is very important for you to understand what you want to keep in the x-axis. I want to keep the age into the x-axis. So you will get a certain, x-axis number, certain numbers in x-axis, because definitely you have many age group of the people and all the 4,000 will not be added here. Always remember. And it will not look good also. Now it is showing me a pic and the movement of the or ups and down of the particular age group of the people gender wise. So based on what we are showing this particular visualization, based on the balance. So based on the balance, we are getting the result. So the sky color of the line is for female and blue color is for the male. So this is what called a legend. Take an example. If I'll not take a legend, what will happen? You will have that, but you will have the complete gender data. So this is the summation of male and female data based on the balance. They won't be going ahead and showing you the difference of the male and female. So that's why we are taking it to the gender, so that the different categories can be categorized properly. So yes, this is what we have here. I'm going to clean the annotation and do some formatting. What all we have to format, that will be decided in the last. So we will be doing the basic formatting here. I will be showing you certain important formatting part which you always have to follow when you are a newbie to this field. Format your visual, which is available under the visualization pane, middle group. I will go, and definitely we don't understand by seeing this 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60 what number this is and what exactly it is. We will be keeping the age here. Age is nothing but this is what called a x-axis title. X-axis title. Then you have a y-axis. Minimum and maximum range has been shown here 0 million to 4 million. If you want to change it, feel free to change it. You can do it, but as of now, I don't want to change. But if you want to change, okay, you are looking forward to have certain different things, make sure you do that. So in x-axis, what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep it little black. Later on, we can change it based on our requirement. Make sure you maintain the consistency. I have kept it bold and I have given the values font size 10. I'll go to the title and I'll make it, if I'm making it 12, I have to remember it and accordingly I have to follow it. Y-axis, the same size, please maintain. It is not written anywhere. You have to go ahead and give the same size, but that's the way of presenting your right visualization, because it gives the consistency in terms of the formatting to your dashboards. So title 12 and I'll make it black and I'll make it bold. All right. Sum of balance by age and gender. It doesn't look good. So I will be going to the general and title and I'll write here total balanced by age and gender. You can put it in the middle, make it bold, and it will look like little good. I'll just change the size of it and make it 15. Later on, we can change it also. Come back, and here we can see we are having the legend. So legend is nothing but the male and female. That's what is also title. Where you want to place it? Top center. It looks good, by the way. Then top right, top left, top right center. Like this, you can do that. So I'm going to keep it into the top center. If you want, you can change the color of it and you can highlight it. As I said, wherever it looks good for you, you can do that, like this also. That also do. Now I'm done with the lesson. Then I'll go and switch off the grid lines, those horizontal and vertical lines which we are seeing, that is not giving a good look to my dashboard. Now here, this dashboard with this particular visualization which you have, I'm going to put it in a focus mode. And if you think you have to change the color of lines, how do you do that? How do you do that? You can simply go to the lines. I'm going to highlight it, which is available under the visuals. And here you will be getting all the lessons, whatever you have, male and female. So I'll go and let the male be blue, and you can simply go ahead and change a slightly light color to the female. So that's how we are going to do. So which should look little good. Yeah, here we go. All right. Now I'll go back to the report and I will be minimizing it. One of the visualization is done. Now, what is my second question? My second question is count of age group and gender ratio. Let's go and have a look to the count of age group and gender ratio. So how do we go ahead and create it? So that is not a challenge. The challenge is you need to decide which visualization you want to pick it up. So here I will be picking up the stacked column chart. I am going to explain about it. Why did I pick the stacked column chart? Okay, but before that, let's create it. Count of age group by gender and ratio. So here I'm again going to take age group and gender, right? So I'll take a gender here to the y-axis. I'll go ahead and take a age group here to the x-axis. If you remember, we have created a threshold and that threshold has been shown here. 31 to 40, I'll put it in a focus mode so that you can see. 31 to 40, 41 to 50, 21 to 30, 51 to 60, and so on. When you got it here, this one, what will happen? You have to organize it properly. You have to show it, but based on the different gender. Now, can I take the gender into the legend? Yes, and though I have taken here a stacked bar, in a single bar, we have got a two different color for two different categories. Now I will be going back to my previous visual, guys, and I will be utilizing a format painter to format this one. So this is a format painter. So step one, I have to select the visual. Step two, I have to click to the format painter. And step three, I have to release over the new visual, which I want to format it like my previous one. So what will happen? Just see. Did you notice what has happened? It has formatted my entire visuals exactly like the previous one. Again, I want to repeat it here. The format visual option which you have here, if this is matching with your previous visuals formatting options, then only it will able to copy that option. If you will be having a certain new things added here, then those won't be copied and you have to do a little bit of hard work. But still, by doing this, you will able to save a lot of your time. So if you notice, it has just shifted your legend here to the right side based on your previous visuals formatting. It has highlighted with the same color and same size. It has highlighted your stack bar with the value as well, same color as well. Now I want to add a data level here to my bar column or a column graph which was not there in the previous visualization. Okay, so I'll go to the data level and switch it on and it will be added here. If you want to go ahead and make it little bold, you can do that like this. Why I did not add it to the line graph? Because it will look very clumsy. So you again have to understand where what is required. All right, now this visualization is also ready. I'll keep it here and I'll move ahead to the next one. Let's go. So my next requirement is here. Number of customer joined by date. When it is a number of customer, always remember this is gonna be a total count. So we have to use a count function. This time I'm not taking any visualization. You try to understand what it is gonna do for you. I'm selecting a count of customer by join date. So I'll take a customer name and I'll take a date. It has given you the table. Okay. At the same time, I'm taking a customer name. I'm removing this table. I'm taking a customer name and the balance. It is giving you the table. Okay, try to understand. This time I'm selecting balance and then customer name. So based on your selection process and steps, you will get a different types of visualization. So whenever you get a first selection, whenever you do a selection, and if your first selection is a qualitative data, then automatically it will be picking up the table. Otherwise, based on your data, if you have selected a quantitative data first, so based on your data, it will be showing you the different types of visualization. As of now, we don't want the bar a column or a bar graph. The rationale behind it, when you have a very small difference between the data, it's not good to have a column and bar graph. So I will try to go ahead and either pick it up the area graph or pick it up the line graph. It's on you, whatever you want. But the presentation would be little different. So I want to present here a count of customer joined by a date. So I'll take a date, count of customer, where I want to keep, where we should be keeping. So x-axis should have the date and y-axis should have the count of customer. I have taken area graph here. So you have already learned it yesterday. Whenever you are taking any of the numerical data to the field, it will be automatically giving you the sum. And if you want to change it, you can change it from this drop down list of quick insight. And whenever you are having a text data, you will be by default getting a count. So it has already given you the count. Now take a formatting from any of the previous visual and format your new visual, and here you will be seeing your particular area color has not been changed because in previous two visualizations you have this line and the column for male and female. So because of the same categories, it has changed your categories color also. But here it has changed your y-axis, x-axis, title, but not the area color. All right. I'm selecting the first line graph and you will be seeing here are three different options. What are those? Those are a filter, focus and ellipsis. I'm selecting the second visual and here also you got the same options. Filter, focus and ellipsis. But the third visual has a drill up, drill down and a hierarchy. So drill up means I'm going to put it in a focus mode. When you do a drill up, it will be only showing you the result. One second. Based on the respective quarter, day or year like this. Now, when you do a hierarchy, it is going to show you the result for the year and the month. So do remember, we have here only 1 year. That's why when I'm doing drill up for the year, you are getting a circle or a dot circle. So never get confused why we have a circle Neha when you have taken an area graph. So you can see here the time I'm doing a drill down, it shows a quarter. I'm doing a more drill down, it shows a month. I'm doing a more drill down, it shows a days. Yes or no? The time I'm going back to the drill up from the days, it is showing a month. From the month, it is taking me to the quarter and then to the year. That's how we have a date. Very interesting factors which we have here into the drill up and drill down. So we are going to put here a hierarchy and this is what we have. Along with that, if you want, you can go ahead and present it the way you want. So like this. In this way, what happens? You are showing, you will go to the format your visual x-axis and you will get the type here. So this is a continuous type. It means it doesn't show you only for April to 2015 we have made this much of balance or we had number of this much number of customer. So what it does, it is also giving you the opportunity to see how does it progressed or how the peak and down were there from the April to till the October. So that's how you can see the difference. So continuous is always good, but there would be certain situations where you have to have a categorical, but categorical doesn't make much sense in case if you have this kind of data. So better to go ahead with the continuous. So we'll go back and we'll try to get a continuous. Now, if you will be noticing, the continuous mode has completely gone from here. How do you get it back? There are two ways. So first, you will be going ahead and doing, you can see here, I'm doing a drill up, and it will come back and you can change it. And you can go back to the hierarchy. And this is how it will come. All right, now let's go and have a look to the fourth visual. So what is my fourth visual? Customer by reason. When it comes customer by reason, I will be going ahead with the another graph. Customer by reason. I'll take a donut graph here and I'll take a customers by reason. So in the donut graph, you will not be seeing the x-axis and y-axis. Here you have a legend, values and details. As I said, for a different visuals, you will be always having a different types of fields. You can always see the fields before starting with the graphical visualization from this place and what kind of fields you have. You cannot remember it in one day, but by doing it every day, by practicing it every time, you will able to do it slowly. So legend, what you want in the legend, I have a requirement of customers by reason. Of course, the customer name cannot be in legend because we will have a lot of small pieces of information. So we will have here a reason. So I'll take here a reason into the legend and then customers. So total customers we want. So I'll try to take a customer name into the values. The time I'll take it into the values, you can see here, I have automatically got here the different percentage along with the value for customers. Right? We have got it. I can go back and take a formatting from any of the previous visualization and I can format it. You can see here the legend has been formatted, the headline has been formatted, but not the details because we did not have a detail in any previous visualization. So I will go to the format your visual and I'll go to the detail levels and here I'll do the formatting manually. Uh, because there will be a certain place where you won't be having where you won't be having the same fields in each one of the visual. This is what done. Now I will go to the another one. Though I don't have much space here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this, I'm going to cut this visual and I'm going to add another page and I'll paste it. Whatever we are doing now, that is what not a dashboard, that is what for a dashboard. So as of now, we are just doing a visualization, data visualization. Now let's go and have a look to the another requirement. For that, what I have done, I'll tell you, I'm copying by doing a control C of this visual, and I'm doing the control V to paste the same visual here. Now I'll go back to the question and I'll read what is required now. Balance by reason. Balance by reason. So in balance by reason, can I remove the count of customer and get the balance there? And can I leave the reason as it is there? We can do that, right? So balance by reason is again giving me a different value. So this is what showing me a total balance reason wise we have in the bank. Now it's good to change the title. So I'll go and change the title. Total balance by age and gender is fine. Count of gender by age group and gender. This doesn't make sense, right? Count of gender by age group and gender. So what we'll do here, count of age group gender ratio will make. So I'll go to the title and I'll write here count of age group gender ratio. Okay, count of age group gender ratio. So now here we have another. This is what count of customer name by year, quarter, month and day. Doesn't make sense. Count of customer joined by date I'll make. Count of customer joined by date. The bank. We are done with this. Now the next one. Count of customer name by reason. Count of customer name by reason is not good. So better we can give here a customers by reason. Customers by reason. Then we have a sum of balance by reason. Balance by reason. Balance by reason. So far we are good. Now we have to make another visual. So let's go and have a look to the question. Total balance by job classifications. Total balance by job classifications. So we have a different level of job here, and for all the different job, what balance we have, we want to see so that we can do the analysis here. Okay, this group of the people from this job are actually having more balance or less balance. I want to do it with the pie graph. I'll go ahead and get a pie graph here. Or I can copy the previous visual and I can paste here. Just have a look what I'm doing. So here our requirement is balance by job classification. So I'll leave the balance as it is. And in the lesson, I'll remove that previous one and I'll add a job classification. By doing that, always remember the title will not change. So I'll go back to the title and I'll change it balance by job classification. All right, now go back to the visual, and if you want to change it to the pie, simply select a pie and it will be giving you the result like this. Now here we have this ready. Now we have another 3 donuts required or a pie, whatever you want, you can go ahead and add it. Balance by job classification done, balance by region done, customers by region done. Now, percentage of gender and balance by gender. This is little tricky. You will not able to do it without the filter use. So first I'm going to give a small walkthrough to the filters. We have a filters pane here, guys. In the filters pane, we have a 3 different level of filters. Filters on this page, filters on all pages, and one more will come the time you select a visual. Filters on this visual. So this will be only popping up the time you have a visual selected. So what exactly this does, a filters on the visual will let you do the filter your respective visual, and filters on all pages will let you do the filter in all the pages whatever you have in the report, and filters on this page will let you filter all of the visualizations from the respective page where you are, like a page 2 now we are. So here I'm going to take a donut graph and I want to present here a balance by gender. So I'll take here a balance. Okay, balance by gender we have done. No, we have not. Balance and gender. Done. Now we'll take this formatting and paste it here. When we have only two values and that has to be presented, can we do it with the tree map? Here the tree map will let you present your values based on the criteria together in a different boxes size. So you can do that and you can definitely increase the data level to present it properly. You can increase it, decrease it according to your requirement. 35 and here this 64 and 98. If you want, you can remove it by putting the 0 into the value decimal places. I hope you are focusing on the area. This is the font area from where I'm changing. Then you got a category level from where you can increase the category level so that it is visible what you are presenting. And here you can see. Now, if you want, you can change the size of it, you can change the color of it, whatever you want, you can do it. It's totally on you. And here it is ready. Again, balance by gender is enough. You don't have to add a total. So I'm removing the title from the title sum of. Now my requirement is to present the percentage of gender. Of course, for the balance itself. So let's go and do that. So I'll take here the another donut and I will be, I know nothing is arranged as of now because we are just focusing. So here, balance by gender, but we only have to present percentage. We don't want to show the value because we are focusing everywhere we have a value along with the percentage. So I'll put it in a focus mode and I'll show you for the, you have two different values. For a male, you are having 86.64 million, 54 percentage, and for the female you are having a balance 72.98 million, 45 percentage. I'll go to the format your visual and in the detail level you have the level contained. In this level contain you can go ahead and select only percentage. You can select a data value. You can select a category and data value like this. And when you are selecting category and data value, you can remove the legend, category and percentage of total. That's how you can do. If you want, you can also remove the decimal value. And here you go. Now I'll go here and I can switch off the legend and that's how it will look like. We have this ready. Now I am done with my most of the visualization, but after this I have a requirement of a tracking visuals. The card visuals will be considered under the tracking visuals and which is a really very important visualizations and easy visualization in Power BI and Tableau. But it plays a big role in your visualizations even though being very easy. So what we can do here, we can go ahead and make that one where we can show the maximum balance at the age, minimum balance at the age, total male customer and total female customer. How do we do that? I'll go to the new page and here I have, you can see a card visual. This is a card visual. In the card visual, I'm going to take here a gender. The time I'm taking a gender, it is showing me female. What does that mean? I'm going to show you from the quick insight. So in the field, you have the gender and here you have got the arrow. So the drop down list, the arrow which you have, you click into that. You got the last, you have only two names here, first and last, male and female, and you got the count. So this count which you are getting, that is what a total count 4014 customers we have. I want to separate it with the male and female. Only for the female and only for the male how much we have. For this, we again need a support of this filter pane. In the filters pane, you have the filters on this visual. So the time you select the visual, only to that respective visual, you will able to make the changes. So let's go and start understanding this part. I will be focusing on add data fields here. I'll drag down the gender and put it here. Let's do it together. And it is showing me what you want to show, female or male. That makes sense. So I'll show here male, which is a 2165. Now count of gender, I'm gonna change to, in the category level, I'll switch it off, okay? And I'll go to the general and I'll add a title here. So is it a total gender count? No, it's a count of male customers, right? So I'll write here a total number of male customer. It has been added here. Let's go and format it. So I'll go back to any of the visual. I'll take a formatting and I'll go back to the next page and I'll just format it. You can see it is not working because the rationale behind showing this to you, because this one is completely a different visual where you have a different types of fields. So in the call out value, if you want, you can make any changes. If you want to make any changes to the title, you go and do it separately. 15, we'll maintain the consistency, we'll put it into the middle and we are done. I'll copy the same one and I'll paste this visual here. And this time here I'll change male to female. And the work is done. So that's how it is easy. Even though we don't have a formatting option here, we don't have automated formatting options here, we can still make our Power BI dashboards formatting work easy by understanding the tips and tricks. All right, we have the requirements of two more visuals. Let's go and make it possible. I'll take a card visual where I have to show, I'll again read the question. We are done with these two and now we have to have a look to the maximum balance at the age and minimum balance at the age. Let's go and do that. So maximum balance at the age, how do we get it? So if I'll take here a balance, it will be giving you the total balance. You have to get the maximum balance at the age. So what is the, so here I'll just show you in the data. Let's go and understand. I'm quickly share my screen where we have the Excel. So maximum balance is not a challenge. You can go ahead, apply the function max in Excel and get the result. So this is a maximum balance. But here you need to get like this. So what is the maximum age here you have? So first I'll get here the maximum balance. One second. Equal to max, because it will take time, so we'll quickly apply the formula. So maximum balance is this, right? So I'll quickly go and I will search for it. You can see this is what is a maximum balance. So we should be getting this age group here. If we have a more than this balance, then for that also we should be getting. So now let's go and try to understand how do we go and present it. Quickly, I'll close the Excel file and we'll start. Okay. You guys must be seeing my Power BI screen now. I'll again take a support of filters and I'll take here a age to the filters on this visual. Now, what can I do here? I can select here a top N and I'll select here a 1. Age top 1. What you want top 1? I want top 1 balance and apply the filter. But actually this is what not which we are looking for. What we are looking for, we want the age here. We don't want a value here. So can I make it little different? Can we take a balance here? Can we go and select a top 1? And can we put age here? Do you think now this one will be giving you result? No, it doesn't. Now if I'll take age here, then what happens? I'll go here and I'll put here maximum and here it is giving you the result. To just see a little difference, what we can do here, we can again go and take here the balance and here top 1 and here I'll take a based on the just balance. Are you getting the result now? Yes or no? You can just simply write into the chat window. How it happened, I'll tell you. So first we'll take a age group here and we'll select a maximum age. So it was giving us 64. That was the maximum age. Then we applied a filter here on this visual for the balance level, only balance level, where we have selected the top 1. So what is the top 1 balance we have? For that, you give me the maximum age. So that's how it happened. So now I'll copy this visual and I'll just put here. And I will be changing here a small thing from maximum age to minimum age. Maximum age to minimum age I have done. But I need to go ahead and make the changes here as well. Top 1 to bottom 1 and apply. But at the age of 38, we have a minimum balance. I want to check it into the Excel whether this is right or not. So equal to min, and I'll go ahead and take this one. And this is 11.52. And you can see here. This is the minimum balance we have as of now. And you can see this is what a minimum balance. For minimum balance, we have this age group of people as of now. So based on this data, this report we have, I'll quickly close this one and I'll go back and reshare my screen. There are many other factors. Based on this factor, we wanted this result. You have a many different types of requirement. Accordingly, we can do that. Let me just go ahead and show you. So here we have applied the same filter based on the bottom level, and I'll simply take a age here and I'll go ahead and I'll just take a maximum here. It will give me 38, of course. Minimum here, it is giving me 38. There is a no change. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take here a remove from here a balance. Why did I remove the balance filter? I'll just go back and show you. So here at the age of 15, we have this result, which is not the lowest balance, but we wanted to see which particular age group of the people we have here who is having a lesser age as compared to the other customers. So I'm just showing you, you can have a different types of requirement and accordingly you can work on it. Well, we have decided to go with this particular requirement and we are done with our all the basic visualizations. Now, can we go and make a dashboard? I'll add another page here and I will be giving the name of the page Dashboard UK Bank Customer. This is what my page. Okay, I want to show you what I'm going to do here to make a dashboard and how do I start consolidating those all visualizations to make a dashboard. I'm in my again folder where I have certain images. You can see these are the different images which I have got here. So this is related to a bank, credit card, debit card, and the dollar symbol. So that's how we have, or a currency symbol. So either one we can pick it up. So I want to add it as a background page. So how do I do that? Let's go and check. So here, to get the background page, what can I do? I will be going ahead and here from the insert, selecting the image option, and I'll pick up the image which I want. You can pick up either one. So I'm picking it up and it will come like this. I'll go to the format and style and action you have, which doesn't make sense. This is kind of a visual which we have got, guys. Now, without going to the insert image and without having any visualization, you can see there is a small page with the brush, paint brush, you have a symbol and the name of it is format your report page. This is format your report page. The rationale behind showing you the first one so that you never do a mistake of getting the image and trying to fix it. Get a directly wallpaper. So for that, I'll get a canvas background. You don't want your a background for your visual. You want here a background for your canvas. So canvas background. From here you do browse and get the image. The time you will get it, I know it is not visible, but let's focus on couple of things. We have got here the color, the image, and the image fit with the transparency. First, I want to show you converting the transparency to 0. It has been added already. Keep the transparency the way you want. Go back and take it to the fit, to the fill, to the normal. We can discuss about it later on as well. As of now, I'm doing it fit. And you can just go ahead and change it the way you want. You can see. So that's how you can format it. Now the color, what color you want to give? You have a different types of color. So you can go ahead and give it any of the color. But as of now, I just want to keep it normal. Okay. And let's start the work. We can change it later on. I will be copying these all visuals. Of course, I'm not cutting it. I'm just copying it and I'm going to paste it here. I will try to arrange it properly, guys. Yes, I have to make a dashboard and dashboard should be having a multiple visualizations together. Always remember that. So I'll try to arrange it. So let's go and arrange it. Here we go. And I'll keep this one here. So always remember it's totally your choice or your customer requirement, how you want to do it. No one else can decide it how it should be. Then I'll go to the page 2 and I'll try to keep from here 3 different visuals. I'll take all but one by one just to arrange it properly. I'm taking few of the visuals in one go. You must be noticing the time I'm arranging it, I'm getting one red color dotted line. That means when you are in a place from where you are matching the edge of each one of the visual, that time you get it. If you don't get it, it means there is a something where you have placed your visual in a wrong place. So it should be like this. Now, all right. Then I'll go back to the third page and I'll get all the card visual. My mistake, I have not copied it properly. and I'll take a card visual. I'll go and organize it. Okay, so here we have not changed the title. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the title here, maximum balance at the age. Okay, so that would make little more sense. So I'll quickly go and I'll switch off the category level because category level is not editable. Title is editable. So maximum balance at the age. Okay, I'm done. I'll put it here and here I'll go and make it 15. The same thing I'm going to do for the minimum age as well. So here I will go and write the title name and it will be formatted automatically. The reason behind it, I have taken the format painter option from the previous one. So minimum balance at the age. Now, total number of male customers and female customers, I'm going to organize here. Okay. All right. Then if you remember, we have two more visuals which has to be placed, which we have not taken. That is what a balance by gender and this. So I'll go and place it here. Balance by gender. And here balance by reason. No, the second one title has to be again changed. So I'll quickly go and change it. So this is what nothing but percentage of gender. So I'll quickly go and change the title. Percentage, or you can write it in this way as well. Okay, here we go. Always remember, you can place it the way your end user wants and the way you want. So it's totally fine the way you want to design it. But if you are designing it, it should be making some sense. So accordingly, you keep yourself ready for that. Now here, I want to add a title of this. So I'll get a text box. In the text box, I'll write here the title, Bank Customers Data or Bank Customers UK Dashboard. Bank Customers UK Dashboard. Let's go and organize it properly. So here I'll just 24 is the standard size, but basically what happens if you are making a dashboards where you are having the small name of the dashboard and it has to be present properly. So you can always go ahead and make a bigger size of it, but standard size is 24. All right. So now here I'll change the title color. You can just go ahead and put whatever you want. Accordingly, I had changed it. I want to make the shape and size a very authentic so that it will look good. It will make some sense. So I'll just go ahead and keep it in such a way which will be having the right space size difference. And here we go. Okay. All right. My dashboard is ready. Now, this is my dashboard. Here, I want to make some more changes. I want to make the changes, but in the canvas area. So whenever you want to make the changes to the canvas area, you always have to select the canvas and go to format your visual. Canvas background color. You can take any of the color, whatever you want. But the time you're taking a color, can you see how does it look like? So that's how you can make the changes. I have taken a color. Now my requirement is I don't want to present it in this way. Means my each one of the visual what I have, I will pick it up one of the visual and here I'll go to the general and effects. The background color you can make it transparent too. The time you will make it transparent, it will look like this. So I'll try to present it in such a way so that it will be visible. All right, I have done that. 15%. Now I will also go and add a visual border. Of course, the white color because it will make sense. And the rounded corners, I'm going to make it 20 just to give a good look. Shadow, if you want, you can add, otherwise, you can leave. I'm going to keep it a black. Do I need to do it for all? Well, we'll check. I'm taking the formatting and I'm going to put it here to rest all of the visual. And as I told you, some of the visuals actually doesn't get copied and some of the visual doesn't get affected by your previous visual formatting. The reason behind it, they have a different level of feels. So I'm going to do it and then later on we need to make a small changes too, which we will be doing. So let's go and see what all changes required. But before that, these card visual we have to change. So I'll go and make it 20% I'll make it 15% transparency, visual border, shadow, and rounded corners 20%. Do I remember it? I can do it. Now I'll do a formatting to all of it quickly. What about the text? Is it possible to do the formatting for text? Yes, it is possible. You can make it in the same way the way you have a visualization. You can go ahead and take a visualization border in a white color for that as well. Rounded corners 20. Though it's a title, you can also avoid doing the rounded corners for it. But if you want, you can do it. Now, I can see for the card visual, I have not changed the visual border color. So I'll change it and then I'll format it. The formatting should not be a problem because it is super easy, but only when you are familiar with each one of the steps. Okay. What did I notice? Everywhere we have got values and detail in the pie and donut graph. So I want to make the changes. Percentage of gender should have only percentage. So I'll go ahead and get the here percentage. How do I do that? First, percentage of total. Okay. Now I'll change it to the black so that it will be visible properly. Okay. You can see here the gender and this is not visible. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the size of it little bit so that it will be visible properly. You can see here. Now it is visible. So always organize your visualization in such a way so that it will have a complete space for your data. If you don't have a space for your data, then the visualization will not be considered a good visualization. So here, can we make some more changes into placing the data, placing the visuals? Yes, I can just shift these all little up, and these all are always gonna be uh, 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 manual, and you have to work on it manually for shifting, for placing, for formatting. Yes, you can use certain tips and tricks, and because of that, what will happen? You can save some time. But you need to remember this is manual, so you have to get yourself ready for this and get familiar with all types of formatting. Now I have enough space for this one, and this one I can minimize a little bit, the tree map, but the data value is not visible properly. So I'll increase it little bit, and category level should not be 20. I can make it 15 and it is still visible. Now I'll go and make the changes for these all. I'll just place it properly. I'll place this one and here we go. I'll place this one and here we go. I'll just adjust this one and here we go. Well, here in this balance by reason, I want to show only balance, not a percentage value. So I'll add a data value and I'll make it black and I'll try to Just bold it. Though the value is not visible here, can I decrease the size of it so that it will be visible? And can I remove the decimal too? Yes, and now it is more good. All right. Now we have the another one. So here also I want to only present a value. Here also I want to only present a value, and I can take a formatting and present it in this way. My dashboard is completely ready. These all pages I'm not deleting. I'm keeping it for the reference, but I'm hiding it. It will not get hidden exactly the way it is getting hidden in Excel. But the I symbol with the cross line shows this is a hidden page which is not required to be included for the dashboard. So let's go and see if there is any other changes which we can do in terms of placing the visual. We can do it, and then I will show you certain steps which is very important into the dashboarding. So let's go and see that. I told you, if you want to use a filter, you can always use the filter from this filters pane, where we have a three different types of filters. So all of the 400 people who are here, if all of you want to just access this complete dashboards with the certain things, like take an example with gender or reason, that is what makes sense here. Then this is the only one page which we have here which is accessible in our dashboard. So what we can do here, this is not placed properly, I'll place it. I'll take a gender here to filters on this page. Now focus. What all you have here, tell me. You have many things here, right? You have many things here you can see. And here you are noticing you have got a card visualization, total number of male customer, total number of female customer has to be changed. Give me a moment. The formatting has not been done for the title part. Female customers, and minimum balance at the age, maximum balance at the age, balance by reason, balance by job classification, customers by reason, total balance by age and gender, count of age group, gender ratio, count of customer, joined by date, and percentage of gender. So we have all sort of details about the customer. If I am gonna select only female here, can you see from your complete page whatever visualizations were containing the female, those all are visible, but the male categories of the data has been invisible. Can you see that? So this is how it will be impacting your entire page. But this is a permanent loss. Take an example, if you have filtered out something, it will be going away from this page for your end user. So what can we do in this situation? We can use a slicer. What is slicer? This is a slicer which will give your end user to access your, this is a slicer. I'm highlighting it here with the red color of the square box. You can see. So slicer will give your end user to view the dashboards with certain categories. So I'm going to make a space for that. Let's go and make a slicer here. I'll quickly go and keep a space for that. And here I made some space. I'll take a slicer. In the slicer, I'll take a gender and I will be keeping it here. This is my slicer. If you want, you can go and take a formatting and you can format your slicer, but your slicer will have a different types of formatting. So everything will not get formatted the way you want. So you have to make a certain changes like a slicer header. You have to go and change the color accordingly. And here you go. So the time I'm selecting a female, it is showing you only females data. For the male, it is showing you only males data. Can you see that? Now, I want to add here one more slicer, and that is what is gonna be based on the reason, because reason plays a big role here. So you can select a female and see it is showing only female data here, only female percentage of gender, and it is showing you balance by reason for females, balance by job classifications for females. And the time you will be selecting the male, it will be changing to the males. Now you want to have one option called all, then what you can do, you can go to the slicer setting and here you have the option called select all in the selection group so that whenever you want, you can select male, female and all as well. If you want, you can convert it to the drop down and that's how it will look like. Can you see that? That's how we can do that. Well, I want to add one more slicer here for the reason. So let me make a space here. I'll make a small space here, here as well. Okay. So now, first I'll check, did I select anything here? So I'll go and I'll select it like this. Now I will copy the same slicer and I'll just place it here. And this time I'm going to have here a reason instead of the gender. So let me go ahead and arrange it. And here we go. Now we can see we have a different reasons. So the time I'm selecting a reason, entire visualizations are changing according to the reason. So for a England, for a Scotland, and so on, you have. Well, the reason slicer is fine, but the time I am changing, guys, the male and female, there are two visualization which I don't want to be affected. The total number of female customer and total number of male customers. Because if I select a female, then the female customers are visible, but the male will be gone. And in a similar fashion, vice versa happens with the male as well. So what can I do so that my slicer should be impacting all of my visualization apart from these two card visuals which I have highlighted? So in this situation, you can select a slicer. You can go to the format option. The format option is a special tab which will be activated only when you are having the slicer selected or any of the visual selected. There you have got a edit interaction option. The time you select it, your each one of the visual will get some symbol. You can see the symbol is nothing. You can just check. It is nothing, but it shows a small circle and filter. So small circle shows none. It means this one will not be impacted by your filter. None means it should not be affecting your filter. Again, you click into the edit interaction and those two symbols will be gone. Now try to select a female and male. Is it affecting? You can see the total number of male customers are actually not affecting, but the total number of female customer is still affecting. Can you see that? Why? I'll go and check. There must be something which is missing. So I'll quickly go ahead and put it in the visible place like this. And I'll select the gender, edit interaction. And here we have got the none for this. So mistakenly, I have done the none to the age one. So I'll just again change the filter mode to the age and none to the female customer. Now this time, let's go and apply the filter. So sometime just because of the less space, because of the visibility issue, we will not able to achieve the target. So we need to make sure we place it in somewhere and then we should be changing it. Now you can see your gender slicer is not affecting your total number of female customers and male customers. The rationale behind showing this to you, you need to always remember this is a business intelligence tool and it is going to give you the opportunity to make your dashboard in your own way. So this is a completely data visualization interactive tool where you can show the interaction according to your requirement. How do we save it? So the dashboard is ready and I am going to quickly give a walkthrough of it. So this is a bank customers UK dashboard where we have got a total customers of 4014. Among of that we have a 18 and 49 customers female and 2165 customers male. We have got a total balance by age and gender where the age of in between 30 to 40 people have more balance, and here we can see the 46% of the gender and 54% of the male gender we have in our bank. I'm talking about the UK bank. Among of that, if you will be seeing in number, the 87 millions of the male, 87 millions of the balance we have from the male customer and 73 millions of the balance we have from the female customers. And based on the reason, I can see the England region has the most balance. And here the white collar job classifications have the more balance. The more customers we have got from the England, and now it is easy for anyone to analyze the data. The customers which we have got in our bank, so mostly they have come in the September and the November and somewhere around May and June. In the March and in the December, we really had a very few customers. So number of customers were less during that time to visit to bank and joined it. Based on the reason, we can always go and see like this, okay, how they are performing. So this is what the England data. Only for the England you are seeing now the data. So from the England you have got 1068 male customers and 1091 female customers. So doesn't mean though you have a more male customers, so in every region you will have a more male customers. So that's how it does work. From the Scotland, you can see you have got here the 44 million of balance. So in a similar fashion, you can go and you can apply the slicer, which will be letting you analyze your dashboard and visualization properly. All right. Now, how do I save it? I'll go to the file. I'll do a save as. I'll go to the bank customer UK dashboard. I'll give the name of it bank cust UK dash board 1 day prep, and the extension will be automatically selected PBIX because it's a dashboard. I'll save it and now you can close it. You can go back to the folder. It is saved here. You can see bank. Okay, I'll just shift it here. You can go ahead. I'll quickly go and change it to the customer. Mistakenly, the S is missing. And you can double click here and it will be opened. This is how you can open it. It will take few seconds for you to open. So let's wait. It has been opened now. It will take few seconds to, activate all of your visuals, but it will be activated. Now, if you want to see your data, hi Neha, I want to see where the data is. So of course, in the data view, the data is there. But if you want to make some changes to your data, you want to change the data path or anything, whatever you want, you can simply click into the transform data. This is your transform data. You can click into this, click into the transform data and it will be showing your data in another Power Query page. You have it here, the data as it is, close and apply, go back to this one. Very good question. Will the dashboard will open without Power BI desktop? No, it will not. I'll close it and I will be sharing the same dashboard with you guys. I have kept the rough page also, page 1, 2, 3 for the reference, which you can see, okay, what data has been selected. I want to give a small information about the single visualization. So for that, I'll share the dashboard first and I'll reopen it. So whenever you are reopening the dashboard, it will always take few seconds in your local machine. If you are in an organization, it will not take much time to open. Okay, so here you can see we have some visualization and you don't know how Neha has created this total number of female customer data. So you go to the page where I have kept it. From the dashboard page also you can see, but don't disturb your dashboard page. So here this is the total number of female customer. I'll quickly change the title name. Okay, so now this one. So you can select this and it will be showing you what you have taken. So Neha has taken here a count of gender. It is clear. The time you are taking, you're not getting the result. So you open the filters pane and it will be showing you what I have done here. So this is how you can get to know whatever has been done in your dashboard. Alrighty, that's all from my end. Thank you so much, all of you, for watching this. And here I'm gonna again give a small walkthrough. This is what a business case study, the Word document. I'm closing this and I'm gonna share it. This is what a Power BI dashboard which we have built together, and this is an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, these three things you need to build a dashboard. Of course, you don't need a Power BI dashboard, but for a reference purpose, I'm sharing it. And I'm going to reshare it again on the request of some participants. Please, LMS team, you also upload it in the LMS so that what will happen, the people who might not be attending the session today or watching the YouTube, you provide the link to them, they can go ahead and get it from there. However, I have added all the three files here. You can download it. Until you download, I'll wait for you. Give me a confirmation. If you have any questions, do let me know. Otherwise, we are good to wrap up. Thank you so much, everyone, again for attending the day 3 session. I will see you tomorrow. Have a very good evening to all of you. And if you have any question, post it or unmute yourself and ask. Hi, Harsha. In the banking domain, majorly, what will happen whenever we are working on any of the key performance indicator? Do remember the customers are very important. Loans, their balance, their customer details, take an example, address. So these things are the key we will be having into the banking domain. Apart from, there are certain details which will be common in many domains. If we'll be talking about the finance or HR like that. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions.
Okay, so dear participant, I already shared a feedback link in the chat box. Please mark your attendance. Then we wind up the session. I am sharing the attendance and feedback link once again in the Zoom and YouTube as well. Please mark your attendance and share your valuable feedback. Yes, whatever material was there from day 1 to day 3, we'll upload over LMS as well. As I already shared the drive link with you, you can download from there and you can practice on the same. And if you have any query or question for me or ExcelR team, please let me know in the chat box. Okay, then thank you so much, all of you, for joining the session, and we'll meet you on tomorrow at same time. Bye bye. Have a nice day.